Hello, this is Brian with SoUtah.com. I'm going to take on one that I think is pretty enormous and do it within like a couple minute video. And that is the question, how do I know which areas to search? Okay, I'm just going to start talking. This is the greater St. George area right here. Ivan, Santa Clara, St. George, Washington, and this is Hurricane. Okay. A lot of people say most of our growth is going to take place out towards Hurricane along that 25-minute travel out to that city. So here you are in town, 25 minutes to get to Hurricane. Okay, there's a lot of barren territory in between there and there. Particularly two of our reservoirs are in between two of there as well. A development started here called Elam Valley that kind of dried up because it was all fanciful when all the new construction was booming and back when prices were higher. So things will take place in that direction eventually. We're kind of growing out towards the border already down here in Sun River, which is 55 and older. It says Atkinville, but it's really kind of Sun River right there. I wanted to show you some overlays. You know, that listings, I think, is just listings populating. Drawn shapes down here. You can actually do a search by drawing a shape by clicking on this. And you can draw actually dot to dot with your left click, and then you double click to terminate your shape. You can search that way. MLS field shapes. So right now it's just showing you, well, it's not even showing you the MLS areas. But what I wanted to say is when you left click over here, it'll have searching by the areas. Greater St. George is going to be Ivan, Santa Clara, St. George, and Washington. That outline showing you Washington. And this is Hurricane. Hurricane is not part of the Greater St. George search. This, however, Hurricane Valley would be part of, would be this. Also, so Hurricane, Laverican, and Tokerville is going to be all part of the Hurricane Valley, as well as Apple Valley are all going to be part of your search. I believe, I'm not sure if Virgin is included in that. Okay, and then out here to your right is going to be the Zion search, Zion Park, which would include Rockville, Springdale, and these areas up in here, and possibly Virgin. Virgin is either in the Hurricane Valley or the Zion Park search. Okay, how do I know which areas are the best to search? Depends on what your situation is. If you're working class, you might want to stay right in the hub of Greater St. George if you're going to be working in that area. A lot of people from California back in the day didn't mind settling back into more of a rural setting and driving into St. George, particularly if the work was on this side. It was more like a 20-25 minute commute. That's nothing for them. So that could be in the realm of possibilities for you. But mainly people working class that are moving to this area would search in the Greater St. George area, so they would double click on the search to log it in there. And then you could also include Hurricane Valley if you thought, you know, that, and then you double click that one. So now I'm searching both those areas. Okay, now there's nothing wrong with another search called Northwest Washington County. Northwest Washington County is what that stands for. So here's northwest would be this direction. Northwest is going to be up along this area is where this search is located, right along this. So there's Pine Valley up against, so here's our mountain. This is up around the back of the mountain. Probably the only pine trees you're going to get into, okay? A lot of it's more like your, you know, pinyon pines or smaller scrub oak along the way up there. In central, and this is Vail. Dameron Valley, Diamond Valley right there, Winchester Hills. That's what I was going to say is, you know what, 10-minute, 15-minute commute, Winchester Hills, boom, and plus you've got your 1 acre lots or closer, half acre to 1 acre lots, and Diamond Valley up a little bit further, you're probably 20 minutes down into St. George now. So those are possible areas as well. As Dameron Valley, you're getting into more of horses, where you could have your horses in your place, as well as Diamond Valley and Winchester. Okay, so this is trying to help you a little bit. So Hurricane might have a little bit bigger lots. St. George, you're not going to get many lots that are over half acre without getting out into Washington Fields, which is this lower half of being out in Washington. So all this area out in here, you'd have you know, half-acre lots or so, maybe 0.3 acres, half acres, but bigger lots. Whereas the rest of Greater St. George area, out in Ivins, you might get some bigger lots, but the rest of the area you're going to be down, you know, in your smaller lots, quarter acre or less. So keep that in mind. If you're going to want to get some land next to your RV parking, you're going to want to stem off into some of these areas like Winchester Hill, Diamond Valley, and the likes. There's a community out here called Coral Canyon. I want to show you a little bit more of the Maponics. So you got community Maponics, which is pretty much the same way as seeing city. Okay, Virgin, Laverne, and Hurricane, I've kind of already shown you these. And then counties, of course, we're in Washington County. Neighborhood Maponics, okay? You have to zoom in to kind of see these neighborhoods, and it's really not all the neighborhoods. They're just getting good at it, okay? So you have to zoom in to see what they are. Sunbrook, Stonebridge, Green Valley. These are all familiar to us as realtors. Sun River, Bloomington Country Club, Bloomington Hills South and Bloomington, Webb Hill. That's how you get to see some of the subdivisions. Green Springs, out along here on Snow Canyon. Some of the more breathtaking views are going to be had out along Snow Canyon, Green Springs, out in Washington Fields where you can look back on the mountain, that kind of thing. That's giving you a view a little bit of the neighborhood Maponics. Now they even have smaller subdivision Maponics, and you have to zoom in even smaller to see the subdivisions. And then of course Utah cities, which is kind of really the same thing as saying community Maponics. So there you have the cities. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and that's how you get a sense of the cities. For Washington County in this search, it will go clear up to Cedar City, Enterprise. This is all of our area of, well, let's do the overlay of counties, and you'll get to see there where our county is, what you search, what you're going to be searching. So up here along Leeds and up to New Harmony as part of our area is called the Northeast search. Okay, Northeast. All right, if you wanted to search just that Leeds area and New Harmony, that's called the Northeast. This was called the Northwest Washington search, Hurricane Valley search, Zion search, and Greater St. George search. Okay, I think I'm really giving you a feel, and that should guide you, I think, in some of the ways that you wanted to find out about how to search. This is Brian with SellUtah.com, hoping this is saving you some time, and hope you use me as your realtor when you come to town or have any questions on properties and want to go see some. All right, thanks a lot for being here.